Hi, welcome to Rated In. I'm Rachel.
I'm Matt.
And we are going to talk about a couple of things today. One of them is sort of Facebook advertised getaway cabins. I will say social media advertised getaway cabins.
Yeah, we fell for it.
We did.
That makes it sound nefarious and bad.
Right. I mean, sometimes tourist traps are okay, just like sometimes Facebook advertised things work out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's sometimes a reason why people do things.
Oh.
Because they're enjoyable, right? I mean, that's to the tourist trap.
Right, yeah. And to the getaway.
And then we've also got another box to open up. I think we know where this one's from.
Yeah. But
we'll leave it a surprise.
Yeah, you're not going to know yet until we get back.
So we've been meaning to record this one for a little bit. It was about a month ago that we checked out one of those Getaway. I think many of us have seen it on our social media. There's a big window with the bed looking out into some woods.
Yep.
And
it lulled me in. It drew me in.
I know. I have to admit, I clicked on it too, and then it's also got a little, part of their shtick is there's a box for locking your phone when you get there.
There's no Wi-Fi.
And there's no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It is definitely glamping.
Well, they don't ever advertise it as not.
No, I know, right? But you're in a campsite that has a tiny house on wheels.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely. Anyway, let's back it up a second.
Sure.
If you haven't. Yes, if you haven't seen these on your social media, because you are a person who doesn't, have a travel podcast and end up with a lot of travel things on your social media feed, advertisements, around cities in the U.S., there's this company that started putting together tiny house camping communities, right, called Getaway. Mm-hmm. They're in a bunch of different cities. They're all promised to be less than 2 hours away from the city center, so you can get there within 2 hours. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they don't promise that with traffic. But
we're in a pandemic, and traffic is surprisingly low.
Yeah,
not surprisingly, understandably low.
Understandably low. Yeah. So anyway, that's what these things are, right? It's a company. They've got really nice, sort of 2020 hipster branding. The colors are right, and the fonts are right, and the pictures are all right. And so I was like,
"They're just all right."
No,
you just said all right.
And also the price was good too. So all of these things together led me to be like, let's go try one.
I kind of liked, now that I think about it. So you got us this for my birthday-ish weekend, right? And it seems it's got a little bit like that Amtrak thing where if you book it early, it's cheaper.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
And as it gets closer, it gets more expensive, or there's fewer of them.
So if you're listening to this and you want to go do something for spring break, potentially,
you get a good deal.
You could probably find these for $100 a night.
Yeah.
Right now, actually, they're totally booked in Atlanta for all the weekends through the fall, which isn't too surprising because we're in that season, but those had gone up to $230 a night.
Oh wow!
For peak high season.
Yeah, but when we looked at October in August, it was 120 or something. Wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting, right? Their algorithm obviously doesn't work quite the same way as if you're booking far in advance. They also have packages that you can buy. So you can buy a set of 3 or 4 or 6 nights and in advance, and then just kind of schedule them.
And it locks you into a better rate.
Yeah, it does. Anyway, I think it was well worth it. It sounds like I'm setting this up poo-pooing it because of the fonts and the pictures and all of that, but I had a really enjoyable time.
Yeah, also totally not sponsored. Obviously, we've got no sponsorship on this podcast. But I really enjoyed it. It is really a tiny house. It is basically enough space for a queen size bed. I think it was queen size bed. There's a little table that sits 2 people. This is not a thing for families. That's a thing for couples.
They do have ones that I think they are exactly the same size, but they have bunk beds. But you would...
you'd all be in one very small room.
You would definitely have to anticipate spending a lot of your time outside. And outside the place, there was a picnic table and there was a fire pit with chairs. So
there was a little bit of hiking place you could go, and there was within drives to a bunch of hikes in northwest Georgia, or northeast Georgia.
But I could
West.
I mean, I did what I anticipated doing in this cabin, which was sitting in the bed with the great view of the woods, which is what the advertisements promise you, and my bed did have a great view of the woods, and reading my book and drinking coffee and just kind of chilling.
Yeah. So the floor plan, though, right? So it's got the bed. It takes up probably a third of the footprint. It's got a little table for two people. One is a bench seat, at least in our version, but I think most of them are very similar. And one was like a chair. And there's a small kitchen. There's an air conditioner in it. And then, perfectly serviceable shower and toilet.
Shower.
Yeah, so the bathroom is sort of like a quarter of the space.
There's no separate sink in the bathroom.
Right.
Like the sink is the kitchen sink for all of that. And if you turn on the sink while someone is in the shower, the water
pressure definitely goes down.
Stops running in the shower. So it's all coming from one sort of central place.
And we had a power outage while we were there. And then we got an email that we didn't even check while the power was out because we were just reading books on the bed anyway.
And it wasn't too surprising because it was pouring rain, so it was sort of like, oh, okay, the power went out, it'll probably come back.
And it was only out for maybe 20 minutes or so, I don't even remember, but it wasn't even long enough for us to care. But after it came back up, they were also commented that the water was out. So I think there's some sort of pump house, at least the one we were at.
Yeah.
But it was
so that could potentially be a problem. I mean, and also if we weren't in a place that had cell service, because they don't have Wi-Fi, and some of them I think are more remote, so they don't have cell service. If that was the case, then not being able to get that information might actually be problematic. And if you had actually fully locked your phone away, then maybe some things like that would have been a little bit annoying. But
yeah, and we did a pretty good job we kept our phone away. We broke it out 20 minutes a day. Well, we broke it out when the power went out just to check on what was going on. But other than that, we just checked some critical emails. And did some Harry Potter. And did my Japanese for the day to keep our streaks. Rachel's time
hop.
How many years is it? 2 or 3 years or something at this point?
I'm 3 years into time hop streak, so it's pretty important that I keep that going. Nostalgia represent. Hashtag.
So it also got a small little fridge. It's like a dorm fridge, but it was an adorable little fridge. It was like a mini,
like a little smeg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually a smeg, but it was. If anybody knows what a smeg is, it's sort of this...
Smeg-esque.
Yeah. Sort of a retro-y, sort of candy apple red.
Again, they had very nice... all of this is very nicely, 2020 hipster branded. But, in a way that works. It's still...
Yeah, it had everything we needed. It had it had a little, snack basket that we could buy from, but we brought our own food, so, definitely need to bring your own meals, and we did some prep before we got there. We had some killer food while we were there, too. It had a Bluetooth speaker that you could connect to if you wanted to. We had brought our own Bluetooth speaker and didn't even notice that speaker was there until we were halfway through. But
there's no TV.
Nice that was there. Yeah, no TV.
I read a lot.
I read half a book, which is a lot for me.
I read half a book that I haven't gone back to because it's very serious. It's good though. I mean, side book recommendation. So
Gideon the Ninth?
No, this is Ice, which Ice by Anna Kavan, which is a pen name, but the foreword is by another author named Jonathan Lethem, and he writes in there that it's unique and that it's like the moon and that the book stares back at you cold and remote, and it does. It's a very accurate foreword. So
which is a pretty Lethem-esque pretentious sort of thing,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird arty sci-fi book with a
what's it called again?
Ice.
Okay.
It's a climate change sci-fi, only the climate has gone the opposite direction that our actual devastating climate change is going.
Right. Well, we did have a giant blizzard in Colorado in September.
Yeah, which maybe put out some of the fires.
Yeah.
We didn't start the fire, but we did just talk about some bullshit for a bit.
Oh, yeah. All right, but so that was the Getaway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a couple months, right? We had our mini episode last time on unboxing.
I would recommend, if you are within one of the cities that it's got the 2-hour drive away from, and you want to book in advance, like, I don't know that I would be super sold on it if I was paying $250 a night.
No, I think you're right, because there were a couple lots that weren't great. Ours was pretty good. I think also probably if you book early, you might get.
But ours was almost impossible to get into. Like,
yeah, it took us 4 tries to drive up the hill.
It was nice and remote, but like it was on a significant hill, and it was a gravel drive, and it was really hard to get into.
Yeah,
so
that was tough. It was nice to get away though. It was. I told my boss at work, I was like, so I'm not going to be. We took a Monday, and I was like, I'm not going to be available. We're staying somewhere that may not have cell service. And he was like, that sounds terrible. But it's not for everybody if you don't want to uncheck. But if you do want to uncheck and just like read books and chill out and cook some food. And we listened to so much music. We listened to just like hours and hours of music too. It was nice. It was
really nice. I mean, I definitely would recommend it, and especially knowing that if you book further ahead, the prices are really affordable. Like, it's definitely worth it with that.
Yeah, I would definitely do it again. I think, but book ahead.
I mean, I'm thinking about buying one of the packs next time I do it, because if I buy like 4 nights, I know that I'll go back for 2 trips of 2 nights or whatever.
So should we get to the unboxing?
We should. We have some snacks. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to unbox them. We have delivery coming, which means we're going to
need to be quick and maybe get interrupted.
So apologies if we cut off abruptly, but we're opening our next snack box.
Yep, we got another snack box. This one, it's got a sticker on it that says home of the original Memphis.
Right.
So that's your quick quiz where this is from.
Right. It's Egypt.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Sorry.
Pretzels.
Okay, so we got some pretzels.
We have some. Oh my God! This is going to be a picture.
Oh yeah.
Look at these fucking puffs. They're so angry. One of them's real angry, and one of them's real happy.
What does it say? Crazy tomato.
Crazy tomato. They're cheese puffs, I think, of some sort. There's a real mad one.
And we got a chili lemon. It looks like chip.
Maybe. Oh no, those are.
Those look like lemons.
Yeah, you're right.
What is that?
It's an apple thing.
It looks like a fruit roll-up-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we got this. This looks actually really good. It looks like a wafer cookie, multi-layered, chocolate extra wave.
Oh yeah, and this is like a fig Newton. It's a date Newton.
Duetto?
I know, but it's like.
Oh, but dates. It's with dates.
Yeah, it's a date Newton.
Oh, I'm excited about that one. And then this one's
the juice Newton.
Wafer-filled halva and coffee cream. What's your problem with juice Newton? Are you worried about playing with the Queen of Hearts?
I'm confident that these dates will be better than juice Newton.
All right. I like this one has like a sticker on it because none of it is in English characters, where the other ones all have some English characters.
All right. What are we trying?
Yeah, also, again, this one that we're getting comes with like a quiz book. Are we skipping the quizzes this time, or are we doing a quiz?
We'll do a quiz.
All right. You're in charge of the quizzes, I think.
Okay.
And we're going to start a savory?
Yeah, we got to try that angry tomato.
You want to
super into it.
Grab your phone. We need to picture this. All right. Actually, if you just want to unlock it on you.
Okay. So, quiz questions. Totally randomly chosen. Which of the following was discovered in an Egyptian pyramid? A. Dental floss. B. The world's oldest cinnamon. C, hieroglyph of an alien. D, the world's oldest honey.
Huh. Well, you can't tell us the questions. We're going to try some things. You got one more?
Yes.
I think I know which one I'm going to go for.
I do too. Which one of these actions is planned to relieve traffic congestion in Cairo? A, a new capital will be built nearby. B, the number of cars will be limited. We know that won't happen. That'd be crazy. All citizens will get a free bike. D, $5,000 will be given to anyone who moves out.
Oh, interesting.
So, first we're going to try these crazy tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. They're cheesy. What's it?
Yeah, they look like, what are the ones that look like this? This is just cheese puffs?
They're tomatoey cheese puffs.
Oh. Oh, that's pleasant. Your expression says you're not sold.
I don't love it.
I like them.
It's got kind of like a acidity that's not my favorite.
All right. Oh, are these pretzels flavored? They're butter and herbs.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good.
Crisp or butter and herb?
Crisp.
Okay. We're going to try another one of these?
Yeah.
Excuse me while I lick my fingers.
Yeah, this is not for the faint-hearted among
No.
the crunch haters. Okay. I do try to turn my head away when I'm chewing.
I can't say I do.
These are better.
Don't have much flavor, though.
Really? You don't feel like spicy and limey after you ate that?
All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's not lime, it's lemon, I think.
Lemon. You're right.
Yeah, those are good. I like those. Oh, spicy. Rides in. All right.
Okay. That's our savory. So, spicy lime is a win for me.
I think crazy tomato is
Crazy tomato is not a win for me.
Especially with these angry cheese puffs.
Wait until you see them. Oh, you've probably already seen them because you clicked on the pictures before you would listen to this podcast.
No.
Anyway, lucky you.
Yep. All right.
What are we trying for the sweet one?
I don't know. Just one? Do you want to try the...
I do. Yeah, let's try that one.
Or it's another wafer cookie.
Yep. Wafer cookies are apparently popular.
I'm pretty intrigued by those Date Newtons.
I know.
All right. So this is looks like coffee. Oh, coffee cream. It's one giant wafer cookie. It's going to break you off a chunk.
It's going to be so much better than the giant tube of...
This is the first time we haven't gotten
fish.
banana.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, not fish spinach. Fish mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Crab.
Shrimp.
What are those old school wafer cookies? Oh, but it's got like a pretty good coffee aftertaste because it is coffee. But it's like a subtle. It's almost like a. It's a good coffee flavor though. It's not strongly coffee. It's almost like a.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's like a nutty latte.
It has got like a hazelnut latte thing going on.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a win. It's almost gone.
Well,
all right.
Got some other wafers.
Let's hear some. Oh, you know what? There's no little goodie bag in this one.
There's not. That might be what this thing is.
Yeah.
But
that just looks like a fruit leather kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mini Twizzlers of apple. All right. Yeah, those are pretty good. Egypt snacks, I'd give you a thumbs up.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to the other ones.
Yep.
They're into wafers, it seems like, or at least that's what the sorcerers.
I think just in general, we've got a lot of texture going on here. Like last time, Thailand, we had a lot of like sour sweet things going on. Here, we've definitely got a lot of everything's very texture focused.
Yeah. I like that.
So.
Trivia? Oh, here before we do the trivia, there's the rejects from the snacks. These are the ones that they could have sent us but didn't. There's a strawberry and cream wafer. No, vanilla sponge cake with strawberry cream filling. That sounds pretty good. Kono corns, super sweet chili flavored cone corns. Sounds like bugles. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I would eat a sweet chili bugle.
And then the last one was wave chocolate and milk, which is a dark chocolate cookies and cream wafer, which seems like instead we have the chocolate extra. Yeah. None of those seem absurd.
No.
Okay, let's hear the trivia.
Okay, so which of these actions is planned to relieve traffic congestion? New capital will be built nearby, which is A. Number of cars will be limited, which is B. C. All citizens will get a free bike. D. $5,000 will be given to anyone who moves out.
I feel like the most hubristic answer, which would fit our current times, would be they're building a new capital.
I was leaning D. $5,000 to anyone who leaves.
All right.
So, because it's like such a paltry amount of money, so it's just like, oh, now the city will only also pay for.
Let's keep in mind,
right? Like,
there's a lot of people who make more than $5,000 there, but that's probably pretty significant for.
I know, exactly. So it's like now we'll just concentrate the wealth in the city.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. A, you're right. In 2015, the Egyptian government began construction of a new capital located 30 miles east, which will house the country's government bodies. The population will likely be around 6.5 million people, in contrast to the whopping 20 million people that make up Cairo's cramped metropolitan area today.
It feels like that's a solution, like adding more lanes to the highway. Like studies show that if you add a new lane to the highway, it just more people drive.
Right. I mean, so there's just going to be like a spread out metropolitan area.
Yeah, so it's going to be like a 26 million people instead of 20 million people.
Yeah, that's probably true.
All right, we'll see. And the other one.
The other one was, which is the following, was discovered in a pyramid. Dental floss, world's oldest cinnamon, hieroglyph of an alien, or the world's, excuse me, I'm sorry, listeners, the world's oldest honey.
I'm going to think we're both going to say world's oldest honey.
Yep, you're right.
Yep.
We are both going to say that. Are we right? Yes, we are both right. Have you ever wanted to eat 3,000-year-old honey? Probably not. No, you're wrong. Quiz book. But what if I told you it was still totally edible? I wouldn't be surprised because honey is magic. Although, really, that stuff about it helping out with your allergies, you would have to eat so incredibly much of it. So,
hey, I'm up for the task.
Buy local because you're supporting local farmers, not because you think it's actually impacting your, like, allergenic health. Anyway, says the person who heard this from an entomologist who specialized in bees.
Yeah.
Okay. In 2015, archaeologists excavating the pyramids were shocked to find perfectly preserved honey. Like us, the Egyptians used it as a sweetener, of course, but they also gave it as a gift to the gods and sometimes used it to make embalming fluid. And then it says eek, but like yeah. Also,
yeah,
like that makes perfect sense, right?
Right.
So
interesting. So here's the other thing too, just to wrap up the useless ramblings about this box for everybody who doesn't care at this point. You can also vote on the next upcoming box. We've never resent this in. I don't know how we do this. There's no indication of how to send this in.
You probably go onto the website.
Could be. Anyways, the Ukraine, Russia, and Mongolia.
Oh, Mongolia for sure. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if I've ever had any Mongolian.
No.
I mean, Mongolian barbecue, but that's suspect.
At best.
Yeah.
I would be fascinated by a Mongolian snack.
Yeah. All right. Well, fingers crossed. Yeah, the next one's probably going to be coming in
like
a week.
2 days. Yeah, because we're so far behind. But thank you for listening to us talk about getaways. We are actually doing another Airbnb in North Georgia in a couple of weeks for the fall colors because we didn't. Well, the getaways were booked, although I did consider going back for a second time right away. They just happened to be booked. So that's a good plus in the getaway department. And I don't know. We're going to hopefully start doing some things where we talk to friends about their travels, and also hoping to do like a best travel gear episode potentially.
Yeah. I feel like we should hold off on that one because it's going to be a bit before we're traveling ultimately. But I'm also interested. Has anybody else of our listeners tried a getaway or thought about trying a getaway? Again, non-sponsored. But more importantly, how are folks like coping with the pandemic and not being able to travel and not being able to get away as much? I know we're a little bit more locked down here in the States than some other countries are at this point, but hope everybody's safe out there.
Yeah.
All right. Got any other
stay
parting
safe
words?
And
wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
You can check us out at anchor.fm/rainitin. That's spelled REINITIN, all one word, no spaces, and you can leave us a message there. You can also follow us at Instagram at rainitin_podcast or email us at rainitin@ssdpress.org, also spelled REINITIN at ssdpress.org. Thanks again to all of our friends and family for all the support and for putting up with us. Have a great day.